Good morning. This is TCR, TroyCommunityRadio.com. I'm Clint Myers on 1071 WTJN for David Denoyer on TCTV. Here we are, new year, and it's time for the Mayor's Report with me, Mayor Michael Beamish. Good morning.
Happy 2016, Clint,
Yes.
David, and all the listeners out there. And, well, we're starting a new year.
We made it.
We made it. We've been, and really, we've had a very productive, positive
absolutely.
year. Something that I think we in Miami County and certainly in Troy should be very proud of. We've had great investments in our business and industry. Our downtown's vibrant. A lot of new shops. We've had
New shops, new businesses, the growth, the crowds that we've had for events.
Thank you.
In downtown, there's so many great events in town and on Prouty Plaza and just throughout the city, and we look forward to what's coming in this year ahead of us.
Oh, it'll just be another great year in Troy, Ohio. But you and I are kind of optimists, really. We are, and we always try to look at the good things. And I hope as we begin this new year that people will look around and see the positive things that this community offers. Not only in the culture, but the recreation, plus the business side of things, and looking how vibrant we have become. And it's through the efforts of many, many partners, and you being one of them, who encourage people to come downtown, encourage people to participate in our activities and events. It takes all of us sharing.
Yes.
But sometimes we forget that we do have a lot to offer in a small Midwestern town called Troy, Ohio, USA.
Well, I think you had mentioned earlier this year, and it's so tough to do when you put together, if you really could look at everything that's happening in Troy on a daily basis and Miami County, just around us, you couldn't do everything that is out there for us to do.
Yeah, we talked about that's one of the initiatives of the America's Best Community Initiative, is trying to find some kind of a community calendar where we could go, click on, find out what's going on in every given day, and make choices. But we do have choices, and that's one of the positive things about our community. Sure, we can improve, and we will improve, because there's things we can continue to do for the vision and the growth of tomorrow.
And with the ABC Community Center and the America's Best Communities, we're going to find out a decision on that here coming up soon if we went to the next level or not.
Yeah, January 13th, we're supposed to get some indication if we're in the final 15 from 50. That's very competitive. But we've already decided amongst the steering committee that the vision that we have for Troy is solid. And the initiatives, the 4 initiatives that we have, are good for the vision of the future. And so all of us have felt like it may be a little more difficult to get them done. It may take us a little longer to get done, but the ideas, the plans, the events that we have, I think is going to be good for our future.
All right. Well, something else too. Want to give you congratulations as we hit this new year, because you've kind of set a new record.
Well, Clint,
This is your 4th term.
I'll be January of 2016 begins my 4th term as the city mayor. I'm very honored that people have continued to support me, and I really felt a privilege and a responsibility to keep our city solid and moving forward. And gosh, it doesn't seem possible that this will be my 4th term here as the Troy City Mayor. I feel very honored.
Well, we're glad to have you. And we've also got some new council members, too.
We sure do. We have one new council member, John Terwilliger, but everybody knows John as an educator in our community, a coach in our community, a very active person in our community. He will bring expertise to our already, I think, very solid city council that we have in the legislative branch. We have Grant Kerber coming back to us as our law director, and so he has experience in that particular branch of government. And our auditor is new, but everybody knows his name, John Frigge. John Frigge comes from the banking industry, but he's been active in many community functions, serves on the Golden Couple events, has been a longtime Interact advisor at the high school. He brings a lot of positiveness and good financial stewardship. So we're in pretty good position for all of us to move forward, plus the veterans that are all coming back, including our president of council, Marty Baker, is back, and this mayor enters his fourth term. So we're looking forward to working together in partnership with the Chamber, the Main Street, and other organizations to make this a great city.
Honestly, I, for one, cannot wait to see what 2016 has in store for us.
Plans are already being made.
We're entering the year, my excitement is heightened as we come in.
Yeah.
We look back to this last week, the end of 2015. Now, lots of rain, but if that had come as snow, we would have had feet of snow on the ground.
It would have been a major snow event here in our, not just Troy, but Miami County and beyond. But we had a lot of rain, and a lot of rain came down the Great Miami River. We knew that. We have a river, and the river has a levee system. We knew the levee, thanks to the Miami Conservancy District and their foresight building a levee system, or we may have had some major flooding this past week.
Absolutely. Army Corps of Engineers. I mean, they came down through and they've already surveyed all this area.
That's right.
For just exactly the projects that we've got underway here in Troy.
And we had a lot of rain, but a lot of people talk about Treasure Island and the park. Well, we know that it's part of the levee system, that we've worked closely with the Miami Conservancy District, the Army Corps of Engineers, and our city engineers in the design of that park. It is along the river. We realize the river goes up and the river will go down. And that's what we're trying to build, is a recreational corridor along the Great Miami River, as many jurisdictions in our area are doing. But occasionally we have a very big weather incident, in this case rain instead of snow.
Right.
Or we'd have had snow plows out in full force and the salt and brine and all that. But we didn't. We got rain.
And it's been handled very, it wasn't, we have a lot of water, but it wasn't a super horrific storm. We had some damage from winds to some businesses. But as far as the rain goes, a lot of that was north of us, but because of the river, it's still traveling through us.
Absolutely, and it does come down the Great Miami River, and all you have to do is look at the river corridor in Dayton, and it's all above water, and but that'll drain off, and the activities, the events, the building structures that are down there are very similar to what we're doing in Treasure Island. We still have looking forward to a dedication of the Treasure Island Park. I will say the foresight of the Hobarts that built the marina, they knew the possible conditions of water there, and still have no water inside the floor of the marina building.
I was just going to say, I've seen a lot of pictures posted and things on Facebook where people are trying to make a point by the shot of the water at the marina building. Here's the point it made to me. It's not in the marina building. It is below the marina building still.
The Hobart family and the people who had the foresight to build down there and to see the river and the power of the river and what it can bring to our community. Others are just seeing the same kind of insight for the future. But we're going to move forward. And all of our structures are designed to withstand water. I tell everybody over and over again, if you were to count 365 days and count the many days that you will see water standing, thank goodness for the levee system. It allows that water to continue to move and not flood into our neighborhoods. That's a positive. But the park is designed to be a place where there'll be a lot of water activity.
Yes.
And so the design of the structures that we are putting in there are all withstanding the water. If you look at the lighthouse, is a good example.
It's above water
Absolutely.
because it's on the cement pedestal that it stands on.
And you look at our marina building being renovated and to be used more efficiently. It has no water inside. So,
anything made out of concrete is designed to be wet.
And it will drain off.
Yes.
We have talked to our engineers. It will drain off. We expected that the weather incidents like this to happen occasionally. Again, I would say count how many days you see the water in that area, and then count how many days you don't see the water. You see it in the river where it's supposed to be.
Exactly. Back down at its regular level.
And, gosh, Clint, I have to keep looking back at our river rock concerts that we've had in the past. Down on Treasure Island Park, we've had river rock concerts. Did you notice how many people came down to those concerts?
I think there were quite a few people that turned out for that show.
Absolutely.
For all those shows.
All the shows, and people enjoyed their time down there. It was a wonderful concert, and we're going to have those kind of days again. Except this time we're going to have some structures down there to help entice people to come, and to also add some new venues that give us a new twist to how we can better use the river, the waterways, and the park.
There's only one time that I would maybe question Treasure Island, and that would be as if I were there and I saw an ark come down and pull up and dock at the island.
Then I think we all have a problem
Yes.
there, and just hope that the levee system holds, because that means the water's really up there.
Exactly. We'll need lift bridges.
That's right. That's right.
A lot of things in the vision for 2016 ahead. I'm so excited to see it.
Well, obviously, I have, in the next 4 years, I want to see us through with our strategic plan that we have the steering committee for the America's Best Communities, our revitalization committee that covers the infrastructure of our downtown area and throughout our school system. We work very closely with the school system and our other educational institutions that are help providing the workforce of tomorrow. And that's a biggie for us, and we need to consider how we're going to keep bringing people into our community that can take the jobs of tomorrow. That's a biggie. And so financial stability revolves around workforce. We've been very blessed. We want to continue to be blessed in that area. We want to continue to have the business and industry that we've been able to see grow and expand. All of our major businesses have had expansion efforts. That's a positive for our community. We want to see that continue. The economic development is our number one priority. Financial stability, the idea of our culture and recreation coming together that provide incentives for people to come into our community and live, work, play, and raise a family. Those are all things. And then finally, we know we have issues in safety, public safety, but by gosh, we have a wonderful police department, and our fire department is just the first responders there handle situations that are very efficient and very effective and are very skilled. And so we want to thank our first responders, both police and fire, for what they do to provide safety for our citizens. We have been blessed, and we hope to continue to be blessed with good safety efforts for our citizens.
Absolutely.
So, that's what I see in the next year to continue to be a prosperous community. We need to focus on those areas, but I think for the next 4 years, that's the target that I'm personally, as mayor, shooting to maintain, improve, and grow.
And as a citizen, if you're listening in here in the city of Troy, if you're not getting out and taking advantage of some of these amenities and the things that have been set up, you're missing out.
Well, thank you for saying that, Clint. I truly believe, and I hope over the years that I've had an opportunity to be mayor, people have seen that culture events are very important to me. Recreational events are very important, and you put those two together with the activities and events that go along with that, with the treasures that we have, like the Hobart Arena, the Hainer Cultural Center, Prouty Plaza, our downtown.
Yes.
If you look at those kind of treasures that we can build on, and then you add the culture and the recreational activities and events, and restaurants. We are good blessed.
We've got good food.
Restaurant, good food. You put all that together, and now you have a reason for people to travel into our community and to enjoy. And hopefully, we will get them to stay, take some of these jobs that we have offered here, that are skilled jobs, and we all win. It's a win-win for everybody.
All right. Mayor, is there anything else that you'd like to tack on here?
Well, just to mention, council, believe it or not, our
right.
very first council meeting will be January the 4th at 7 o'clock in City Hall. That's where we will see some new faces, and we will see some veteran faces sitting around the council chambers. So wish everybody a very blessed, prosperous new year. And I would just offer, as we look back on 2015, but look ahead to 2016, remember, we do live in a wonderful community of Troy. We live in a wonderful county of Miami, and we have many, many things that if we choose to look forward, we can find many positive things. And yes, we will keep working to improve, but we do have a lot to offer.
Well, it's like you say, civic pride is citywide.
Thank you. Thank you.
Certainly, neighbors helping neighbors. Mayor, thank you so much. This has been the Mayor's Report as we start off this 2016 new year. I'm Clint Myers on 107.1 WTJN for David Denoyer on TCTV.